In the heart of the wild, where the sun casts long shadows and the air is thick with the scent of earth and decay, a colossal figure stirs. Meet the elephant, a majestic creature that embodies strength and grace. But today this gentle giant bears a horrific wound, a gruesome testament to the dark side of nature. A snake, with its sinuous body and venomous fangs, has left its mark. A gaping, festering hole in the elephant's thick skin. A wound that tells a story of survival and suffering. As we delve deeper into this unsettling scene, we uncover the chilling reality of snake infestations that can plague these magnificent beasts. Imagine the horror: a snake, perhaps a constrictor or a venomous viper, has found its way into the folds of the elephant's skin, burrowing in like a parasite. The wound is not just a simple puncture. It is a grotesque landscape of raw flesh, oozing with infection, attracting flies and other scavengers. The elephant, in its immense size, is not immune to the relentless grip of nature's darker forces. The infestation can lead to severe complications, including systemic infections that threaten its very life. The snake, in its quest for warmth or shelter, has unwittingly turned the elephant into a living tomb, a host for its insidious presence. As we observe this tragic tableau, we must confront the unsettling truth. Nature is not always the nurturing force we romanticize. In the stark, icy expanse of the Arctic, where the sun barely pierces the endless twilight, a chilling sight unfolds. A polar bear, the majestic ruler of this frozen realm, is not just battling the elements, but is also a victim of an unexpected and grotesque affliction. This bear, once a symbol of strength and resilience, now bears a horrific wound. A gaping cavity teeming with the buzzing chaos of a beehive. Yes, you heard that right. A beehive, nestled deep within the thick fur of this colossal creature, transforming its once pristine coat into a grotesque tapestry of pain and suffering. The sight is shocking, a stark reminder of nature's unpredictable cruelty, and it compels us to look closer, to understand the bizarre intersection of species that has led to this unsettling scenario. As we delve deeper into this dark tale, we uncover the science behind this peculiar infestation. The polar bear, in its quest for food, may have inadvertently disturbed a bee colony, perhaps while rummaging through a cache of carrion or scavenging for remnants of a seal. The bees, feeling threatened, retaliated with a vengeance, swarming the bear and embedding themselves into its thick fur. The result? A horrific wound, a festering mass of stings and irritation where the bear's skin is punctured and inflamed, a grotesque reminder of the fragility of life in the wild. The bees, driven by instinct to protect their hive, have turned this majestic creature into a living battleground, a canvas of nature's brutality. The infestation is not merely a physical. In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air is thick with the scent of dry grass and dust, a chilling scene unfolds. A lion, the majestic king of the jungle, lies motionless beneath the shade of an acacia tree. But this is no ordinary lion. It is a creature marked by a horrific wound, a grotesque testament to nature's darker side. The gaping hole in its side, a festering hive of bees, pulsates with a life of its own, a macabre spectacle that draws the eye and churns the stomach. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is confronted with a sight that is both fascinating and repulsive. The lion's flesh, torn and raw, is swarming with thousands of tiny, buzzing insects, their bodies glistening in the harsh sunlight. This is not just a wound. It is a battleground, a clash between predator and prey, life and death. The infestation is a result of a bizarre twist of fate. The lion, once a fearsome hunter, has become a victim of its own environment. Perhaps it was a careless moment, a misstep that led it too close to a beehive, or maybe it was the scent of carrion that attracted the bees. Whatever the cause, the result is a gruesome spectacle. The bees, drawn to the lion's open wound, have made it their home, burrowing into flesh, laying their eggs, and feeding on the decaying tissue. The sight is enough to make even the most hardened viewer recoil in horror. The buzzing sound fills the air, a constant reminder of the life that thrives in decay, a stark contrast to the lion's once mighty roar. As we delve deeper into this unsettling scenario, we must confront the reality of bee infestations in the animal kingdom. Bees, often seen as harmless pollinators, can become ruthless invaders when they find a suitable host. In this case, the lion's wound has provided an ideal environment for the bees to thrive. The warm, moist flesh offers a perfect breeding ground, allowing the colony to expand rapidly. The The larvae feed on the lion's tissue, growing and developing in a grotesque symbiosis that ultimately leads to the lion's suffering. The buzzing swarm is not just a nuisance. It is a harbinger of death, a signal that the lion's time is running out. The scientific community has long studied the relationship between animals and parasites, and this case is no exception. The lion's immune system, once a formidable defense against disease and infection, is now overwhelmed. The bees, with their relentless assault, have compromised the lion's ability to heal. The wound festers, becoming a breeding ground for bacteria, further complicating the lion's plight. In nature, this is a harsh reality. The strong do not always survive, and the weak often fall prey to the relentless cycle of life and death. But what does this mean for us, the observers of this dark drama? As we walk in the heart of a lush bamboo forest, a scene unfolds that is both captivating and grotesque. A panda, the beloved symbol of conservation. This is no ordinary injury. It is the result of a relentless bee infestation, a dark twist of nature that reveals the brutal realities of survival. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is met with a shocking sight. The panda's fur is matted and stained, a gruesome testament to the swarm of bees that have taken residence in its flesh. The bees, drawn to the panda's sweet scent and the warmth of its body, have burrowed into its skin, creating a hive that is both a marvel of nature and a nightmare for the creature. The infestation is not merely a nuisance, it is a life-threatening condition. The panda's immune system, overwhelmed by the sheer number of stings, struggles to fend off the venom that courses through its veins. Each sting is a tiny dagger, injecting toxins that cause swelling and pain, leaving the panda in a state of agony. The bees, in their relentless pursuit of survival, have turned this gentle giant into a battleground, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of the animal kingdom. As the camera lingers on the wound, one can almost hear the buzzing, a sinister soundtrack to this tragic tale. But what drives these bees to such extent? In the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down and the air is thick with the scent of wild grasses, a chilling scene unfolds. A leopard, the epitome of grace and power, lies motionless beneath the shade of an acacia tree. But this is no ordinary sight. This majestic creature bears a horrific wound, a grotesque testament to nature's darker side. The leopard's once proud coat is marred by a gaping, festering hole, a gruesome reminder of a beehive infestation that has taken hold of its body. As we draw closer, the reality of the situation becomes painfully clear. The leopard is not just injured. It is a battleground, a living canvas of suffering where nature's beauty collides with its brutality. The wound, a deep and angry red, is surrounded by a swarm of bees, their tiny bodies buzzing with a frenetic energy that belies the horror they have wrought. These are not just any bees. They are the Africanized honeybees, notorious for their aggressive behavior and relentless pursuit of perceived threats. In their quest for survival, they have turned this once mighty predator into a victim, a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the wild. The bees, drawn to the scent of the leopard's blood and the warmth of its body, have made their home in the very flesh of this magnificent animal. It is a grotesque symbiosis, one that speaks to the harsh realities of survival in the animal kingdom. As we delve deeper into the science of this infestation, we uncover the chilling details of how such a horrific wound can occur. The leopard, perhaps in pursuit of prey or simply caught off guard, has stumbled upon a hidden hive. In a matter of moments, the bees, feeling threatened, unleash their fury. Their stings, venomous and painful, penetrate the leopard's skin, causing an immediate and violent reaction. The leopard, in a desperate attempt to escape, may have inadvertently torn its own flesh, creating an open wound that becomes a breeding ground for the very insects that attacked it. The bees, sensing the opportunity, swarm into the wound, laying their eggs and establishing a colony within the confines of the leopard's body. This grotesque scenario is not just a tale of misfortune. It is a stark illustration of the interconnectedness of life and death in the wild. The bees, while often viewed as harmless pollinators, can become agents of destruction when their nests are disturbed. The leopard, a top predator, finds itself at the mercy of these tiny creatures, a reminder that even the mightiest can fall prey to the smallest. The wound festers, attracting other scavengers and parasites, creating a cascading effect that further complicates the leopard's plight. As we observe this tragic scene, we are forced to confront the moral implications of our own existence. Humans, in our quest for expansion and dominance over nature, have encroached upon the habitats of countless species, disrupting the delicate balance that has existed for millennia. The bees, driven from their natural homes by deforestation and urbanization, have adapted to survive in new environments, often leading to conflicts with wildlife. The leopard's suffering is a direct consequence of human actions, a dark twist in the narrative of survival that forces us to reflect on our role in the ecosystem. In the end, as we watch the leopard struggle against its fate, we are left with a sense of unease. Nature, in all its beauty, is also a realm of horror, where the line between predator and prey blurs in the most unexpected ways. The bees, once seen as mere nuisances, become symbols of the chaos that can ensue when the balance of nature is disrupted. And as we chuckle at the irony of a leopard, the king of the jungle, brought low by a swarm of bees, we must remember that this is not just a story of survival. It is a cautionary tale about the consequences of our actions. In the grand tapestry of life, every thread is interconnected, and the fate of one species can have far-reaching implications for us all. So, the next time you swat away a bee, remember you might just be poking the bear, or in this case, the leopard. In the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture, a scene unfolds that is both captivating and grotesque. A horse, majestic in its stature, stands tethered to a post, its coat glistening under the afternoon sun. But as we draw closer, the beauty of this creature is marred by a horrific sight. A gaping wound, a festering hive of bees, has taken residence in the flesh of its flank. This is not merely an injury. It is a battleground, a dark testament to the intersection of nature's wonders and its horrors. The bees, once symbols of industriousness and harmony, have transformed into agents of chaos. Their buzzing a sinister symphony that echoes the fragility of life itself. As we delve deeper into this unsettling tableau, we must confront the reality of bee infestations in horses. The wound, a gruesome amalgamation of flesh and insect, is a result of a colony of bees burrowing into the horse's skin, seeking refuge and sustenance. The horse, perhaps startled or agitated, has inadvertently become a host for these tiny marauders. The bees, driven by instinct, have created a hive within the soft tissue. Their stingers a cruel reminder of their presence. Each sting is not just a moment of pain for the horse. It is a signal of an invasion, a violation of its very being. The infestation begins when a queen bee, in search of a new home, finds the warmth and shelter of a horse's body appealing. She lays her eggs, and soon a swarm of worker bees emerges, hungry and desperate. The horse, oblivious to the impending doom, may initially feel only a slight irritation, a tickle that soon escalates into a nightmare. The bees, in their quest for survival, release pheromones that attract more of their kind, turning a small wound into a hive teeming with life. The flesh becomes a breeding ground, a grotesque nursery where life and death coexist in a macabre dance.